I'm gonna do my makeup. Yay, because I am still manic and I need to burn off some energy, and why not make content? So, I'm feeling goth today. I realized filming yesterday's video that while I love bold makeup, I like it on my eyes and lips, and not so much when it is a full face of blush. Sorry, Sabrina Carpenter, I love you, we share a name, but please stop. I cannot keep up with the young ladies that are setting the trends, and I just cannot do obvious blush. I can't. It's okay in a full beat, but blush from here to here is just too much for me. So let's please the gothic child in me that could not express herself. I am not a deep punk rock goth. I'm not a metal goth. I have not slept for a few days. I mean, I sleep, but I get no rest, and then I can't get back to sleep, and it's a mess. Okay, I know there are 3,000 styles of goth. I am a cute goth. I am a romantic goth. I still like pink and purple and cute things. I would rather, Baphomet than like blood and gore, okay? So we are going cutesy. Remember, death is something that is a release, but please wait for it to be natural. Do not make a choice that is a long-term solution to a temporary problem. Please reach out if you need help. I know what it's like on both sides of that decision. I am lucky that I'm a survivor. I am also very unlucky to have lost somebody very important. Okay, so there is help. I know that when you are in that dark place, the last thing you want to do is reach out. I understand. Okay? Listen to me. I understand. Let's get closer. I understand. And it's okay if that's not something you're ready to do or to talk about, okay? But we will listen when you're ready, okay? We will be here. And we will wait. And if all you need is somebody to sit in silence with you, we will do that for as long as it takes. Reach out, please. Somebody will be there to listen. I promise you there will be somebody. And if you think there's nobody else in the entire world, I will. Send me a DM. I will be there, and I will wait as long as you need me to. I promise. All right, so let's get back into it. Blush is not for me, but bold makeup definitely is. So let's get into it. And because I am a chaos machine, I decided to add a little challenge. One makeup bag. Everything I need for this look fits in one makeup bag. So let's do a challenge. All right, let's go. Here are the rules. I cannot use anything that doesn't fit and zip up in this bag, except I am allowed makeup wipes. I am allowed cleansing products to make sure that I'm not a messy bitch in a literal sense of the word. And of course, I'm allowed tools to make this easier. All right, I can hydrate because water is life. All right, let's do this. So priming, SPF, and skin prep. Let's do it correctly. Absolutely essential. They must be part of your routine. I don't care. I don't care. Do you see what sun does over time? Do you see that? Do you see the deep marks? Do you see the micro wrinkles? Do you see them? Don't do that. I'm in my 40s. If you're a little baby, start now. It is important. Don't skip it. All right? It doesn't have to be a lot. All right? It doesn't have to be expensive. These are drugstore products. Just do it. All right? It's quick. It's easy. Just do it. If you're like me, you can mix in like a tinted moisturizer with this. Do it all in one step. Doesn't have to take a lot of time. Just do it. Protect your face. Protect your skin. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. All right? I didn't do it a lot as a kid. I should be super dark, all right? I am a first generation Asian American, okay? My mother came over from Indonesia. I was super dark as a kid. Generation and generations before, that's what we did. You were bored, you went outside and played. You got in trouble, you went outside and you spent time doing chores, all right? We did a lot of sun, but now I'm like, the light is very my friend. I don't spend a lot of time outside except for when I'm running errands and going to doctor's appointments and stuff like that, okay? So we do our best to at least protect our face. I don't always use full body sunscreen. I very rarely out for a long time. Anytime I step outside during the summer, it's spray on sunscreen, man. Just do it fast. Just spray it, wipe it. You're done, okay? Reapply if you're going to be outside longer than 4 hours at a time. Just do it. If you're sweating a lot, reapply, okay? Look, we're done. That was that step. We're done. This is real time. I mean, I was talking the whole time, so AI is not cutting this out, okay? Next, e.l.f. It's like $5. Let's do it. Sticky primer all over, okay? Just work it into the skin, pat it in, do your thing, okay? Look, real time, I'm talking and I can't cut that, okay? I may just do this a no cut video. Maybe that's the challenge, no cut, just keep talking, okay? And yeah, this video is a little long, but we did that, you know, Mama, our Auntie Sabrina, okay? We did our pep talk, it's okay. Maybe this is gonna be a long form video. Maybe this will be on another platform. I don't know, maybe that's a surprise. Maybe we go long form and we start with a pep talk. That feels real, okay? Maybe that's it. Maybe this is the video I was waiting for. I don't know, maybe TikTok is gonna be banned. Maybe we need to go somewhere else. Maybe TikTok isn't my jam. Maybe I talk too much, okay? I don't know. We don't know what the future holds, but hopefully we have one. Hopefully we go a long way. I don't know, you guys, but let's just do our best to make sure we have one, okay? Make sure our loved ones have a long future. Make sure our friends have a long future, okay? Just be there for people, okay? Like, I don't know how much more ways I can say that, okay? Like, just be there for people. I promise I'm not cheating off camera. I just think it would be boring to show you every time I pull something out, okay? You know I'm real. All right. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me, like, stick. This is a cream foundation stick with a powder core. You can't really see it. It's a little messy. See that, though? This is my second one. I use color 120. This is my second one. I'm almost out. I'm a poor, broke bitch. If somebody wants to go on my Amazon wish list, this is probably there. I may need to go darker if I'm out a lot during the summer, but this is classic ivory. And yes, and I need another one, okay? Bad time for a little bit of hair to escape. So we're just going in all over. We're scribbling on our face, okay? We're gonna get it all over, make sure we get the chins, all right? Once we feel like we got enough on there, close that puppy back up. Again, with our fingers, because we're warming that product. We're going to pat that in and get it just kind of loose into our skin. There we go. Just melt it on. This is going to be our foundation and a bit of setting powder, okay? Keep it easy. I add extra stress into our lives. Really, you guys, I'm just like going to take the recycling in, get a little bit of extra cash to have on hand just in case, right? There's nothing wrong with cash and helping the environment a little bit, right? I'm really a big fan of like sweetened sparkling water. I get like the 1 liter bottles, and sometimes I do like the 12 pack of cans. And so I save those up for like a month, and then we take them all in and get like a bunch of money for it. Obviously, Richard does like a lot of like Dr. Pepper, and he's a big fan of like a nightly beer or two just to like calm his mind, and he like sleeps like the dead. I hate him sometimes. He can like go lay down and like in 5 minutes he's snoring. I have to like take a bunch of different meds just to calm my mind to go to sleep. Right, see? We've still got a little bit of a glow. Didn't mattify too much. Just evens out the skin a little. All right? Or just, you know, trying. We're not going for a full beat, guys. It's literally just the recycling center. It's not a huge deal. If your hands are getting a little too greasy for that tissue to handle, just grab a makeup wipe. We're like 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 steps in. So it's time. Just wipe it off a little bit. Next step, we're gonna go in with concealer, like, you know, normal. This is the e.l.f. 16-hour wear concealer. Now that we're getting a little bit warmer, I have switched from my normal e.l.f. concealer. This one is better, they say, for oily skin. I'm just kind of trying to dry my hands off a little so I can grip the bottle. I swear this had a number on it at some point, or some kind of identifying. And we're just gonna do a tiny bit because, again, we're not going for a full effect. Just kind of helping a little bit in areas that I do tend to get red. See, just a little bit of dabs. And again, I'm going to go in with my fingertip because warming the product is what's going to help it blend in. Just going to help me out a little bit. I'm not even going to blend it in entirely yet. I'm just going to let it kind of set and thin out and warm on my skin before I really go in and blend it. And in case you are not a regular viewer, which would be everybody, I have yet, and you guys, again, I'm just being real with you here, okay? Has ever watched an entire one of my videos. You'd think I would quit? No, because my goal is not to have overnight success. It would be cool if one video went viral and suddenly like a million people had to go back and watch all of my videos because suddenly they're like, holy shit, spit, holy spit. You know, this girl has something to say, right? She has a unique view of things, and I really think, you know, I want to go back and learn from her. That would be awesome. That would be so cool, right? It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. I am not a beauty queen. I'm not some young girl coming fresh in the scene. I am 43 years old. I am overweight. I am YSL and Chanel and Dior products. It's not happening, guys. I'm not even a makeup artist, okay? I'm just somebody with experience and stories and tips and tricks because I have extra time here on this earth and I have the gift of gab. So nobody's really watching these videos to the end yet. That day might come. That day might never come. Somebody might need a tip and find it in a video someday down the line, and that's why I'm here. Because if one person finds a video when they need it, that's what I want to be here for that one person that needs it in the moment that they need it. See, and that eventually blended out, and that's what we wanted. All right, so I am actually going to, already pulled it out, set this at this point real quick before we go in with anything else. So I'm not entirely sure if I've shared this one yet. So this is the Alba Botanica Day-to-Day Defense Setting Mist with Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I don't know if the camera automatically focuses, but it says it can apply over or under makeup. Pick this up somewhere, honestly I want to say like a grocery outlet, but just adding an extra layer of SPF. So the next thing I'm going to go for, I actually haven't used yet. I picked this up at Walmart. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Dual Ended Contour Stick. So this side is supposed to be a contour and this side is supposed to be a highlight. This is not as cool as I would like it to be, but let's just go in, okay? We're gonna contour here where a shadow would be. As you can see, I already have very prominent cheekbones. Thank you, Asian mommy. So the camera was already making a shadow, so I'm just gonna go kind of with my natural shadows. We're gonna act as if this shadow was real, the one the camera and light setup is giving me. We're gonna add a little bit right in this area, angling, so see how I got a little bit of shadow right there. That's what I'm going for. I don't do a bunch of contour, mostly because I'm not going for a full beat. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? I don't know if you saw that. This entire thing just came out. All right, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to push the platform underneath it. We're just gonna use our fingers to apply. And now we're gonna kind of catch the light this way. We're gonna apply it where the light's catching, see? So it's gonna be here. See, I can't even see it. I'm placing it exactly where that light is, see? Where is it? Over here? I had it there on the temple. Now up in here a little bit, just a little bit. See, catching it there on the Cupid's bow. That's about it. I don't want to go crazy. And now we're just gonna tap that out. Could I have fit a sponge in the bag? Yes. Would it have been as fun? Hard part is I set up the lights so it'd be a teachable moment, but now I can't actually see in real life if I've got it blended out. So let's go to the mirror and I'll check in real life. Yeah, that's gone. Honestly, I may have to go back in, add more, because it's gone. I'm not going to, but sorry about that. Not only did I give the option for the AI to cut that out, but I also covered the camera. The way this is blending out, okay, I'm actually kind of impressed. All right, almost forgot the temple. Over here for you guys. Excuse me, hair. You weren't invited to this party. All right. Now we're gonna switch over to the finger that had the highlighter. Just very gently, because this is blending out like crazy. Here, and it is gone. We got so much brightness up in the camera that you guys can't see it blending out. My apologies. I would fix that for you, but I'm not that good yet. I've got a little bit extra on my finger, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and just highlight the nose with what's left on my finger. Go ahead and just dab out the Cupid's bow and just here on the chin. Okay, moving on to the next product. I'm kind of sad that this broke because that was the first time I used it. That's all right. Now, the next product is a bit notorious, so I'm a little scared. This is going to be a goth look, so I don't want a bunch of blush. We're going to go in with one dab first. So this is the Wild Rose Balm Blush or Cream Blush from Profusion. It looks like this. We're going to do, oh my gosh, I swear I am sober. Stone cold sober, just crazy. Okay, going for that again. I'm going to do one dot kind of in between a little bit. Like that. And I am wiping off all of the extra that is still there. Oh my. And that one dot of each could be too much. I wish I was joking with you guys. This is so pigmented and it picks up so much. That could be too much for me. Not for Sabrina Carpenter, mind you, or Nikki Tutorials or anybody that's famous for like a bunch of blush. I'm gonna use 2 fingers. Could really just make sure we keep that between and really blend that out. Do you see what I'm talking about? And of course you can see this one better because it's not a highlight or a shadow, so the camera lighting, or at least the camera setup lighting there, I'm not using flash or anything, isn't going to pick up or cancel it out. But do you see how one dot is blending out to the point that you still see it after all of that blending? Okay, that is the basics for the face. Let's go ahead and do the eyebrows. I am waiting for the fun part to last because I can. NYX Brow Glue. Everybody knows this product by now. It is infamous. First up with all the brows, I'm going to do 2 passes. Keep talking. Look like speckly. Just kidding. And if anyone's curious, this is the shade dark brown. I forgot if that was 2. All right, and then I'm gonna take it and just smooth out the top and then a little bit that way. On to the next one. I'm wiping off the excess because it could go wrong very badly. And this is glue. All right, 1 pass. Everybody going up. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. I don't know where that came from. Sorry. Oh, not sorry. Okay, 2nd pass. You see how the 2nd time it just gets it so much more control? Because it's gripping onto what it just gripped the 1st pass. All right, smooth across the top, angle down, much gentler. And that's about as good as that's gonna get. And I did bring this as well. No, not that. Look at me being a lying liar, McFace. I thought I grabbed the other brow product. I didn't. So I was gonna say I didn't even want it. So serendipity. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is pull out this. We are priming our eyes with the black eyeshadow balm primer from the Balm. It's called Priming is Everything Black Eyeshadow Primer. And I'm just gonna go in with my finger, warm it up a little bit for a black smoky base. Pretty. I got a little bit much, so we're gonna go to the other eye first. Really get it on there, and then we're gonna pat it all over the lid. Then we can kind of build it and kind of dilute it a little bit as we get bigger and wider. We can kind of build and smoke out a shape very carefully and gently as we get a little bit wider and a little bit past the crease. I'm gonna get real up and close with you guys. I don't know if that's a smudge or I'm just seeing something. All right, so I like to go a little bit, kind of round it across the edge, and then very gently kind of sweep and pat up over the crease because I have hooded eyes. And if I were to open my eyes, look directly, you would see very little smoked around up over the crease. All right, we're gonna do the same over on this eye. Just dabbing a little smokiness over the crease and kind of rounding out a shape out of the socket area or the lid area. Get them a little even, but they don't have to be perfect because it's goth and nobody cares about precision when it's goth. All right, you ready for my favorite part? Are you ready? I can't hear you. Just teasing. Okay, this is my favorite part. So this is Chameleon eyeshadow. I got it off of Amazon. Do you see the shift? I will have to look up the brand. This is in the shade 02. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Yeah, see? A little shift to it. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the balm. I'm gonna pick up some on my finger. I'm just gonna dab it gently. Now this I'm gonna keep just on the lid. That way we keep some of that smokiness around it. Just like that. Same on the other side. Talking, I'll make sure that I keep that in. in the final edit. When I look straight ahead, you just see a little bit talking, showing the camera the shift, hopefully. Getting a little closer, doing the same thing, talking. A couple more steps, we're almost done. Making sure our lips are clean and dry. We're gonna go in with a black liquid lipstick. I'm going to use my mirror. I can't talk through this. I promise I will not let AI cut this out, promise. I think I got this from She Glam, so I will put a screenshot somewhere on the screen here so that you can see it. I may even try to, well, if it's She Glam, there's not really a link, is there? But I'll try and give you as much information as I can. And there we are. I will finish up and take some photos and I will add them in the end. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey guys, full transparency as usual. So I wasn't actually as done as I made that seem. My camera was actually starting to freak out. It was telling me it was too hot. It was telling me my storage was low. So I actually did have more things to do. I had to rush the rest of the application, but there was more left in the bag. A couple more things. So I did just hit this with the same setting spray again, but I do still have mascara and some setting powder to finish off the look. So let's go ahead and finish. I am so sorry about that. I don't know what was happening, but I fixed it, so we're back. So this is the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes Smudge Proof Volumizing and Defining Mascara. It is a tubing mascara. So as usual, we're going to start at the top of the lashes and then go to the bottom. I like to do a little bit of just gently coating the top like this, and then a wiggle and flick motion, starting from the base and working our way up. Getting a weird creasing here. Do you see that? So we'll have to go in and fix that in a minute. Not sure what happened, but we'll fix it. It's okay. And a little more attention to the outer edge of the lashes. Same on this side. And a wiggle and flick. Doo-doo-doo. So the wiggle is to grip at the roots, and then the flick is to pull through the lashes. And then if I need to, I kind of angle the brush so I get a little bit more of the edge of the tip of the wand. So if we're going flat for the kind of inner lashes, then we're going to kind of point the end to get the very outer edge. Oh, got myself. So the fun part is we can let this dry, the skin, and then just kind of flake it off. So in the meantime, while we're letting it dry, let's go back in with this and maybe just give it a little bit more than what I'd been doing previously to kind of fix whatever that creasing is. I'm just kind of tap in a little bit more. I was probably being a little too stingy with the product before. Sometimes that can happen when I'm a little too close to the, or when I'm using the camera as my mirror. I can't really see how much product I use, and I just kind of have to guess, because when I'm doing this, I'm, you know, blocking the camera, and I'd rather you guys have a better view of what's happening than, you know, me. So sometimes I'll finish the video thinking, yeah, that was great. Everything showed up. They got to see everything. And then I look in the mirror in real life and go, let me adjust that before I take my final photos for this video. And, you know, that's real life. And, you know, it happens. And sometimes I'll like mention in the comment or in the description that like, hey, you know, I touched this up, or, you know, whatever. But it's all good. You know, but hopefully that's what will bring people to me, you know, in the future, where they'll be like she's not, you know, filtering things. She's not using Photoshop in her after photos. She's actually like showing the reality of how these things work, how they look on mature skin, you know, like how they work over blemishes, how they work over age spots. Like, and mature skin is really just skin that's seen a lot of life, whether it's been sun, whether it's been exposure to, you know, harsh environments, wind, cold, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, really, it's just skin that's been lived in. It's not necessarily about age. Like, it's, you know, your skin isn't like, it's been 10 years, better start, you know, doing this, or it's been 20 years, better start doing this. Your skin doesn't have a calendar, you guys. Like, if you've been in nothing but temperature controlled, humidity controlled environments, like, If you're never out in the sun, if you're never exposed to harsh environments, your skin, even if you're 50 years old, is going to be better than, you know, a 25-year-old who has been in those harsh environments. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about age, it's about environment and conditions. And are you moisturizing every day? Are you wearing that SPF? That's what's going to make the difference, not how long you've physically been on this planet. So it's really about if you're taking care of yourself. Are you a smoker? Are you drinking enough water? You know, are you doing the things that you need to be doing to keep your skin healthy? That's what it's about. So this is the She Glam Rebuild a Morty Never Ricking Morty setting powder. And it came with this cool feature. You probably can't see it much anymore, but it shifted from one Morty to the other, I think. Maybe this is Rick, I don't know. But it did that like shifty thing. And this is just a translucent setting powder, and I'm just gonna dab it with a powder puff in areas where I don't actually want a ton of shine, just because it looks a little oily. And I'm just gonna see how it's taking away that like extra shine. I really like a matte T-zone, and then I'll let shine come in everywhere else. Just like a little bit here. And when things are matte, it kind of takes away from like, you know, like down here, I don't want to draw attention to like those bags that make it look like I haven't slept in, you know, 6 months. And here I've got, you know, those smile lines around underneath, and I tend to get like kind of greasy and oily through here, some redness through there. So, and that's it. That's the final look. All of it. Let's put it all back. So mascara, setting powder and puff, setting mist with SPF, moisturizer with SPF, sticky primer, foundation cream stick with powder, eyebrow glue, highlighter contour stick, liquid matte lipstick in black, liquid concealer, cream balm blush, black eyeshadow primer, and multi-chrome chameleon eyeshadow. Give it a little jiggle, zip it up. Full face makeup look, one bag challenge. All right, be kind to yourself, stay safe. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Might throw some of that concealer over this little owie that's happening here. I will take some pictures, I'll run my errands, and I'll be back. Love you guys.